Hi, I'm Dinesh Karthik. Welcome to the review of the third ODI between India and South Africa. What a historic win. Only the second time in South African soil, India have managed to beat South Africa. India have actually won 27 ODIs this year. Only Australia have won in 2003 30 ODIs. Other than that, India is second best. What a year India has had in ODI cricket. We had such a close shout at the World Cup, just lost in the final. Well, in this series as well, India showed why they are such a good unit. Without the likes of Rohit, Kohli, Bumrah, Siraj, Shami, they've still managed to put such a strong performance. Tells you that Team India and their state of cricket is in very, very good hands. Let's dive straight into the review. As usual, South Africa won their third toss in a row and this time decided to bowl first. On a tricky pal pitch, it was pretty up and down. It wasn't an easy pitch to bat on. The ball was sticky. It wasn't coming onto the bat well. But boy, Rajat Patidar came in place of Rituraj Gaikwad, who had a finger injury. Kuldeep was rested. Washington Sundar came into India's 11. Rajat Patidar, till the time he lasted, man, what a player he is. I saw him in domestic cricket. He is batting beautifully. I believe he has big things in store for him in the near future. He is batting like a dream. But it was Sanju Samson's day completely. Got 100. Really showed the world why they all speak about him, back him. He is a terrific cricketer. Under pressure in a must-win game, showed the world why he is so good. In a series decider, it is important to bring out the goods, and it was a tricky pitch. It wasn't an easy one to bat on. The way he showed composure, Tilak Verma yet again shown why he has the skill set. There was a very tricky phase for Samson and Tilak Verma to bat through, which they did beautifully. Rinku Singh again shown why he is becoming one of the world's best finishers. With the ball, it was Arshdeep Singh. 4 wickets yet again, bowled brilliantly. For South Africa, it was Tony de Zorzi who batted really well in this series so far. Highest run getter of the series. Arshdeep Singh was the best bowler and the highest wicket taker of the series. Washington Sundar hasn't played cricket for some time. Sometimes you can get very rusty. When you come into a big match like this, it can be really hard. But in both the departments, he showed Team India why he is backed as a player. Bowled beautifully, kept things tight, and got the most important wicket of Aiden Markram when it mattered most. Has to be Sanju Samson. A man who has been part of Team India for a long time, not made it to many of the multi-nation tournament squads. The world speaks highly of him. He has got the amount of supporters that some of the biggest players have, the love and affection of a lot of people, and it's shown today why he has that. In a series decider, gets his opportunity at number 3, which is something he is very comfortable at. Comes in, takes on the pressure, bats beautifully, stitches a 52-run partnership with KL Rahul. But it was after that was very, very good what he did. In the 19th over, KL Rahul fell to Vian Mulder, rather unluckily hit his top of the bat and got caught behind. Him and Tilak Verma really absorbed pressure between overs 19 and 35. It was very tough. They weren't getting boundaries. In the modern day game, if you're telling batters to hit boundaries, it comes to them more naturally, much more easily. But if you're going to tell them, you know what, you just got to play through this phase without taking any risk. I don't want you to hit boundaries. That is very, very hard for them. And both these batters did that beautifully. Stitched a 116-run partnership. But the last 60 runs came in the last 6-7 overs when they started to hit boundaries. And we know how comfortable they can be. But in the first 10 overs of that partnership, that is when they showed their class. Sanju Samson made sure he went through that phase in different gears, but mostly in second and third gear without taking too many risks. Knew that he could make it up in the end, and that's what they did. Sanju Samson batted beautifully for his maiden ODI 100, and you can see the smiles on his face, the team's face, and I'm sure plenty of faces around India who have backed him. Lo and behold, he comes good today and takes Team India to a victory in a series decider. Sanju Samson, quite the man, under pressure, shown why he is such a good player. South Africa were comfortably placed at 141 for 2. They were 76 for 2, and then they went to 141 for 2 in the 26th over, which basically means they need almost 155 runs in 24 overs, which is almost just over a run a ball. Very comfortable with the kind of firepower they have in terms of Klaasen and David Miller coming through. Aiden Markram decides to play a reverse sweep to Washington Sundar, gets a top edge, gets caught behind, and after that they just slipped and they just fell. We have seen that. South Africa have had batting collapses. It happened in the World Cup. It's happened before the World Cup as well. That's one area where they really need to look into. The ability for them to just crumble and lose quick wickets seemed to happen once too many times for their liking. Washington Sundar, made sure he got the breakthrough, a touch lucky, I would say. But what he did well in that spell wasn't giving away too many boundaries. He kept it tight, didn't give away too many bad balls, and hence the pressure was built. Washington Arshdeep Singh bowled beautifully, backed up by Akshar Patel, who also bowled well. But once that wicket fell, South Africa crumbled really quickly. India got all their opportunities, took some really good catches as well, and made sure they went on to win the match rather comfortably. At 101 for 3, when KL Rahul got out, in walked Tilak Varma. Sanju Samson was batting at the other end. A lot of teams at that stage, in trying to up the run rate, could have easily lost a few wickets. Tilak Varma did something really special here along with Sanju Samson. They just weathered the storm. They just played through that phase without taking too much risk. In the modern day game, it is quite the skill. Tilak Varma was 9 from 38 before ending up 52 of 77 right at the end. It tells you at that phase to bat through without doing anything silly takes a lot of mental and a lot of courage as well. And I say a lot of mental effort only because at that stage, to go for boundaries could come to you very naturally, but to curb that instinct and to make sure what Sanju and Tilak Varma did was very, very special. And that's exactly where South Africa faltered. They had nobody at that stage believing that they could take the game deep and win it for them. That is the difference. Sometimes you have to be able to bite the bullet and see through that phase. And what Tilak Varma and Sanju Samson did was very, very noteworthy. What they ended up doing in the first 10 overs of that partnership is just take singles if possible, if not just bite their time through. And they knew from the 19th over, if they can go to the 30th, 32nd over, after that things would open up and become much easier. And that's exactly what happened. And post that, they were unstoppable. Took India to a par score, at least 30 above par score. It was around the 260, 270 mark was the par score there in PAL. They ended up getting 296 thanks to a cameo by Rinku as well. But all that was possible only because Tilak and Sanju batted beautifully through that phase. Sometimes in series like this, when I do sit down for a review, I get very, very excited. And only because there are such new names to speak about. And let's start right up front with one Mr. Sai Sudarshan. Having played with him in Vijay Hazare, I know what a character he is. Someone who will give everything to the team in terms of fielding, attitude, batting, and most importantly, a lovely guy off the field as well. Ended up being India's highest run getter in this series, 2 consecutive 50s, and to top it all off, got a brilliant catch to dismiss Henrik Klaasen in the 3rd ODI, and that was a very, very important catch because we all know how good Henrik Klaasen can be at the back end. Sai Sudarshan, a man to watch out for in the future. Arshdeep Singh, 2nd. He is someone who has shown the world why he is so good. In the 2022 T20 World Cup in Australia, he was the best bowler, outstanding, dipped in form, but this ODI series really picked up. You could think of him as a T20 bowler, but when given the opportunity in ODI cricket, shown the world why he is so good. 10 wickets this series, quiet the performance, has come back to form, and those are very, very positive and ominous signs for Team India. 3rd, let's not forget this, KL Rahul is captain. In the first game and the last game, shown why he is so good. Tactically very astute, making sure he brought in the changes. Even in the PAL ODI, he wasn't shy of not having slips initially, keeping fielders on the straight, making runs hard to come by. I knew when 1 wicket fell, he could get 2, and always made sure that he was looking for the wickets with the right catchers in place, made the bowling changes, but most importantly, he had a very young bowling attack, very inexperienced bowling attack, but made it work. And that's always the sign of a good captain. Special mentions to Washington Sundar, very rusty, not around for some time, got the opportunity, got a good one. Rajat Patidar, yet again showing the world the class that he has, and I'm sure it's going to come good in the future. Sanju Samson, a very, very valuable 100. Tilak Varma in the 3rd ODI, showing why he is so good. So many names, so much I can speak about. Mukesh Kumar was touch expensive, but was good. Avish Khan in the first game as well. Akshar Patel putting in quiet performances. There are so many, but definitely the top 3 would be Arshdeep, Sai Sudarshan, and KL Rahul's captaincy. It's time for what's in store for the near future, the Test series between India and South Africa. Have to say that is the most exciting format of this series between India and South Africa. The Test that's going to start in Centurion. The last time India played South Africa in Centurion, India beat them comfortably by over 100 runs in that test. KL Rahul got a lovely 100 in that test. They start again there. What's the 11 going to be like? I have a feeling we're going to see a few changes in the sense that we'll see Rohit and Yashasvi opening. Shubman Gill might be at 3, Virat Kohli at 4, Shreyas Iyer at 5, KL Rahul at 6. Followed by Jadeja and Ashwin 7 and 8, Bumrah, Siraj, and the toss-up between Prasidh and Mukesh. I have a feeling Prasidh could get the look in at the start. Looks quite a formidable 11. How important is this series? It is very important because with the start of the new cycle of World Test Championship, away wins can be very, very important, and hence this test series becomes very, very important for Team India. One that they'll be looking forward to. The fact that we see the likes of Rohit, Bumrah, Kohli, all back in tells us it's going to be an exciting one. Yes, Shami is out with an ankle injury. Ishan Kishan has flown back due to personal reasons. So at this point of time, this test series is again going to see the back of a lot of the big stars of Indian cricket. It's going to be one that they're looking forward to playing because always a test series in South Africa doesn't come easy in terms of winning. We've really found it hard in those shores. But the skill levels of these players and the bowling attack that we have, I'm sure we will fancy them. Will India go in with 2 spinners or will they go in with Shardul as the 4th medium pacer? That is again a call that Rohit Sharma will be needing to take, but he will be doing that only after seeing the Centurion pitch. As we speak, they're playing a 3-day practice match versus India A, and that will be their practice before the first test that starts on 26th of December. For now, Merry Christmas. I will see you back on 26th December in the evening and do a review on the first day of the test series between India and South Africa that happens on the Boxing Day, as they call it. That's when we will be back together. Till then, have a good time, stay safe, and I wish you a very, very Merry Christmas.